Hello Capricorn, I'm Ulrich, I'm a Lenormand card reader, but today we will do your financial card reading for the month of December, and I all wish you happy holidays. I hope you have a financial prosperous year to come, and budget-wise, I would add to that. Anyway, as always, Capricorn, we will do 4 card readings for your sign. These are based on your astrological chart, or for some of you on your time of birth. These basic elements are air, earth, water, and fire. Now, the 4 objects that you always see on my table are directly connected to those elements. So you choose, or you pick one that you think relates most to your personality, or you choose one you feel most comfortable with. The subject of your choice, it should or it will relate the best to your current financial situation. However, if the object and the related video does not match your first choice, please check the other videos that are directly connected in the same session. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Anyway, the matches represent the fire element, the stone represents the earth element, the aerosol sprayer represents the air element, and the shell represents the water element. So Capricorn, here we go for your financial card reading for the month of December. Hello Capricorn, and welcome to the shell or the water group for your short philosophical financial card reading. As the first card here, we see the card of the automatic savings. This is a fairly good card reading that you have here, but we start with the first card. It means the first card probably that at the end of the month, you have some money left. Maybe the money stays in your account, in your regular account. And this card tells you to, instead of letting this money stay in your regular account, to transfer it on regular basis to your savings account. This is like an automatic savings systems you set up here. Of course, you need to decide first yourself how much money you can transfer on regular and recurring basis. And then this money, you give the order in the bank to do this on a regular monthly basis. Or you do it yourself, you go online. If you are into internet banking, you do it yourself and you give the order for transferring this money every month to your savings account. Here we see, if you do this on regular basis, we can actually save a lot of money on short while. It's proven this one. And if you do set this up, you could end up with various reserves for savings for your children, for renovation, for trips, or maybe even for retirement. And also if you regularly increase these amounts over the years, you will, of course, accumulate very important sums for the future. So this card asks you to discipline yourself. We know that Capricorn can be very disciplined. It's the disciplinary sign of the astrological belt. So this card tells you to discipline yourself and begin the virtuous circle, which will lead towards more financial security and financial stability in these uncertain times. The second card here is the card of the gifts. We all like to receive, and also many of us like to give gifts. And of course, now during the holidays here, we give in excess. Sometimes too much, and sometimes there is no more control budget. So this card also tells us to control our budget here. But this card is actually a quite smart card. This card tells us that you can be generous without actually penalizing your wallet. Of course, if you want to do it this way, and you want to penalize your wallet less, you need to do some planning. You need to give it some of your time. And rather than buying small gifts, you can come up with a few ideas yourself. For instance, like you see here in the picture, you could create different recipes in jars. For instance, you could put cookies in there, homemade cookies. You can put also jams in there. Some can put even ointments in there. It all depends on your creative aspects, the way you see things. And of course, these gifts will be highly respected from the people around you. Why? Well, because you not only give them the jar, but you also gave them your time. And in this current society, the most precious gift of all for that we can give to another person is our time. And since this is a double gift, so these people will appreciate this gift very highly. Of course, not all of you will be this kind of type of person, but still, if you want to budget on your gifts, what you can do also, this card tells us, is like you make a budget. Like for instance, you set up a list and for each person, and you connect this to a certain amount, and you don't exceed this amount, and you will see by arranging this and calculating this budget for each person, you know exactly when you arrive at the cashier what you will be spending, and you will not be in for a big surprise here, like most of us are sometimes when we do shopping. Of course, also this card is about bulk buying. If you are planning to buy something, you can buy things in bulk and make a certain production line, as we say. And this way you can also save some money related to the jars, or maybe you can buy similar gifts for several people to save some money. Anyway, here we see that we need to boost our own creativity and save money at the same time. The last card is the card of resilience. What does this card mean? Well, if we are in certain financial situation, it's possibly here with this card, because I don't see any negatives here, it's possibly that we are on the positive recovery of some difficult situation that we have had or have before. And if you reflect, probably over the situation you see, overall, you are improving. Probably you learned some important life lessons before financially, and now you see that you are advancing again. Here we see that most people who have this card here, they learned about flaws and weaknesses in the past, and they turn them into advantages. So probably this group learned a lot in the past about finances. They are now aware that this was not a question of bad luck, but this was a question of management. So probably you learned how to manage your money better, you learned lesson, and you bounce back better overall. So probably this group, they learned an important lesson. They had some challenges before in life, and they are now heading towards more success. So Capricorn, for the water group, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this short philosophical financial card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit your role, please check out the other 3 card readings that are directly connected here in the same session. And please check out also our monthly Lenormand card readings that we do for your sign of Capricorn each month in details, where you get a lot of personal information about your sign. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you for your time, and bye-bye for now. Hello Capricorn, and welcome to the air group or the aerosol group for your financial philosophical card reading for the month of December. This card reading in general is that we need to prepare ourselves for irregularities in life and balancing ourselves more, our budgets more, but we will go into details now. The first card, you see the balance here on the card. Probably sometimes this card is also of an increase in salary. Maybe you want to save more money for the future. And probably you're waiting maybe on an increase in salary, and maybe you're thinking the progress that you made didn't come with any salary increase, and maybe you want to change that. But this card tells you, even if you had an increase in salary, sometimes this is not what makes us improve or increase in our life, or that makes us increase saving like. Regardless of what we earn, our monthly annual salary, what really improves our financial situation is the ability to adjust our expenses to our income. So an increase in salary would actually maybe not have no positive effect if you proportionally increase the expenses, as most of us do. Anyway, on the other hand, if you already have more authority over control over your expenses, you learned already an important lesson. If you did not so, you need to here to learn to manage your budget better. This is what this card is about. And if you have improved your skills of balancing with your current salary, you will see that if you have an increase of salary, you will have double improvement. So this is actually a card to learn to balance yourself with what you earn right now, even though you already have made promotion and maybe not yet received the money that comes with it. The second card here is that we need to prepare ourselves for the irregularities of life. You have 2 times the pigs here, so this is an important reading that we need to learn how to make more savings and more balancing our budget, because we have 2 times the pig here. So anyway, this card here, this is the card about irregularities in life. It's the card that asks the big questions. As we know, no matter what age we are or where we are in our life, there are always rainy days, storms, and even when it comes to money, it's a little bit unrealistic that we don't need to prepare ourselves for irregularities in life. And this card asks you if you have a rescue plan, you have a safety cushion, did you foresee the unforeseen? We know that life is unpredictable. We see that now around us, and we see that the last 2 years have been very unpredictable for a lot of us. We never know what is going to happen, and now we realize this actually in reality here. But this is also our personal life here. This card asks you if you are ready to face financial turmoils, sudden disruptions. Did you prepare for it, and how did you prepare for it? This is the card about the questions. Also, if you have enough insurances in your life, is your car enough insured? Is your car well maintained? Do you have a little bit of savings because the pig is here 2 times? Or do you spend all your money here? This is what we see here. This card is about that we need to reflect over the unforeseen. So this card asks you to act in control, to foresee the unforeseen, and avoid any problems for the future. The last card here is about our love and our loved lives. It means that we like the people around us, we like our children, we like our partner a lot, because this is the card of love. But this is also the card that instead of we show emotional affection to our lovers, that we show the affection with spoiling them. This card tells you to think about that. Probably you take them out for meals at the restaurant, you buy a lot of takeouts, you buy them a lot of gifts. And then, of course, when the birthday comes, or as now the holidays are coming, you are searching for the rare pearl that will make their eyes shine one more time. But remember, this card tells you that love cannot be bought, emotions cannot be bought, feelings cannot be bought. So rather than shopping around in malls and thinking how to please your loved one, the simplest way to please them is give them your time. Time is the most precious gift in our current society. Why? Because none of us have time. We all have a lot of work. We work, and the value here sometimes these days is in time. So here, this card tells you to try to spend more times with your loved ones. The best memories that we carry in our life related to our loved ones are with small anecdotes that make the whole family laugh, or make our partner laugh, or activities that go wrong with the loved ones. And it doesn't come from objects or toys. So this card tells you to be gentle with yourself and see the positive impact that will come from it. Not only will your finances improve, but also the depth with and the relationship with the people around you will, of course, increase. Anyway, Capricorn, for the air group or the aerosol group is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this financial philosophical card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, check out the other 3 card readings that are directly connected to it. And please check out also the Lenormand card readings that we do in very depth and extent for your sign, for the sign of Capricorn. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and you can check out all videos, Lenormand and financially, on my channel. Anyway, thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other soon. Bye-bye. Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to the Stone or the Earth group for your financial philosophical card reading for the month of December. The first card that we see here is the card of creativity. So it means that we need to be more creative with our money. How can we do that? Well, maybe there's actually a lot of things that we can do for being creative with our money without spending money. For instance, if you need to pack a gift, instead of buying a very expensive box for wrapping your gift, you can probably make it yourself in a few minutes with all materials that you have there close to you. So instead of spending hours for searching for the box and the present, you can probably very easy make it yourself. If your son or your daughter's birthday, or your wife or your husband's birthday is coming up, with a little bit inventiveness, for instance, you can prepare a party for them, make some cakes, do some things yourself without paying any money. So this is the card of being creative in that way. Here, this card is about originality. This is the order of the day with this card. So think how you can be more creative with your money, and also the people that you are creative for will appreciate this, because also your time is connected, that you spend it, and time is the most precious gift that we have in our current society. But anyway, this card tells us we need to start thinking out of the box financially and ask about our real needs. How can we spend less money? How could we spend our money in a different way and save more money? So this card tells you to be creative with your money in any way you can, and save money at the same time. So be creative, use your imaginative spirit in the kitchen, in your office, in your work, whatever it is that you can be creative on. Here, this card wants to stimulate your creativity. The next card here is about the irregularities in our life. What is that? Well, no matter in what area of our life we are, there are always rainy days and storms. And when it comes to money, it would be unrealistic to think that we don't need to prepare and organize ourselves for the irregularities of life. And this card is the card of questions. This card asks you if you have a rescue plan. Do you have a safety cushion? Did you foresee the unforeseen? Did you foresee the unpredictable? As we know, we never know what is going to happen in life. 3 years ago, nobody of us could have imagined the current situation that is going on worldwide. So we can have these irregularities sometime also in our personal life. So this card asks you if you are ready for financial turmoil, sudden disruptions. Did you prepare for it? How did you prepare for it? Also, this is the card about insurances. Do you have insurance on your life? Enough insurances in general? Is your income stable? Is your car still safe? Is it still secure, well maintained? Do you have a little bit of savings? So reflect over those things. This is what this card is about. So act in control. This card asks us, and if necessary, if you're not yet there, try to get your things together and make more savings if possible. The next card here is about the circle or the cycles in our life. Each stage of our life, it has challenges. So no matter in what stage of our life we are, these cards are very close connected here. For instance, here also, when we have young children, giving an example about the cycles of life. For instance, if we have young children, we think once they are out of the diapers, we will have less expensive, but soon we learn as they go in puberty, more things come up, they go to sport clubs, we get more expenses as we think the expenses would get less. They come in the next stage, they go to university. You need to pay for university and of course for the accommodations for staying there, for accommodating them. So the circle never stops, and this is what this card is about. These expenses never stop here, the accommodations, whatever it is. So here we cannot postpone certain things. So if you have certain things that need to be settled, or you want to make more savings, this card laying here tells us we need to start realizing that we need to advance ourselves, we need to prepare ourselves for irregularities in our life. So stop delaying. If you can make savings, do it today and start taking better control over your money. So Capricorn, for the Stone Group, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this short philosophical card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, check out the other 3 card readings that are immediately connected to it here in the same video. Please check out also the extensive Lenormand card readings that we do each month in depth for your sign. You will have a lot of information about the months to come or the month to come. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time you spend on my channel, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you for your time, and bye-bye for now. Hello Capricorn, and welcome to the matches or the fire group for your philosophical financial card reading for the month of December. Here we see a very positive card reading in general here. This reading is about that we are progressing in our life. We probably endured some less fortunate times before, but here it means that we are in the right direction now. And the first card here that we are seeing here, mostly a lot of people receive a lot of bonuses here, and probably this group is about to receive a bonus, maybe an annual bonus, maybe it's a gift for somebody, from somebody, a financial gift, maybe it's from a parent here, but here it says that a financial bonus is about to come to you. The question, of course, what we are going to do with this bonus. Most of us, when we receive a bonus or we receive unexpected sums of money, most of us have already incalculated this in a budget, maybe for balancing out some things in our other life or some gift that we have in mind for ourselves. But this card tells you to act differently now. Instead of spending this money, if you can, if you didn't incalculate that yet, instead of spending it, let it for a few months in your savings account. Just let it sit there. It won't harm you. And think maybe what you can do with this on the long run. Here we see that it's better not to spend the money and put it in our savings account. Just take a break from spending money. Take a break and think what you can do to use this money for your future. So avoid the impulse of immediate spending. This is what this card is about. The second card is that probably you had a difficult period before and you are about to bounce back, because this is the card of bouncing back. So probably you had difficulties before. You didn't stay passive, you acted. And if you reflect on the situation that you had before, you see probably that you are advancing and that you are going in the right direction. Probably you have adjusted some harmful behavior financially, and you became aware of flaws you had, financial flaws, and you turn this into advantages. So you learn now that it's not a question of bad luck, it's not a question of obstacles, but how to manage your money. So probably you learned how to be resilient, and you endured the storms in your past. The last card is about that every gesture that we do counts. So here this card is about the phenomenon of bank cards. Well, what is this telling us? Well, most of us pay with bank cards. We no longer have a sense of money. We don't touch the money. For instance, if we are in front of a cashier, nobody hands over money to the cashier. We give the bank card, and in that way, our brain don't actually calculate. At the end of the month, we receive the note from our bank, and we see what we have spent it, but most of us don't even pay attention to it. So this is about getting back in touch with our finances. Here we see that we need to get more sense with our money back. And if we, for instance, pay more cash, we will get more control over our money. For instance, if you withdraw the money up front, you put it in your wallet, and you hand it over to the cashier, it gives a pain response in the brain. So it's like a psychological thing that happens in our brain, and we actually know that we are spending money. Plus the fact that we see the money actually disappearing out of our wallet. So this is about what this is about, for getting the sense back with your money. It's about a series of small decisions here that we are taking for improving, using the bonuses that we have for improving our general life quality. So Capricorn, for the fire group, this is all for this month. I hope you get a little bit wiser out of this short financial philosophical card reading. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. If this card reading don't fit you at all, check out the other 3 card readings that are directly connected to it. I'm sure one of the 4 will fit you. Please check out also our extensive Lenormand card readings that we do in detail for you each month, where you get a lot of information about the month to come. Anyway, I want to thank you for your time, and I'm sure we see each other in my other videos. Thank you for your time, and bye-bye for now.